Hey guys, been a few days since we put out a video. Glad to have you back here at the channel. We've had a lot of stuff going on. You hang on till after the break, I'll tell you all about it.
Check it out.
Alright guys, been a few days since we put a video out and I apologize for that, but we've had some pretty crazy weather up here. We had a couple days of the storms that a lot of people here in the south went through. I understand they got it pretty good down through Mississippi and stuff. We just caught the top end of it, but it had some tornado warnings and stuff, but nothing too severe. We came through it pretty clean. We're going to get out there, we're going to check the gardens. We did have some hail and stuff. We'll see if there's any hail damage. And we'll take a look around, see how things look after the storm. All right, guys. One good thing we got going on here for sure is the June magnolia is still blooming, and we caught the first hummingbird of the season out here the other day. So Tina's got her hummingbird feeders out. We'll probably try to catch some of those coming on later in the year here when we get a few more up here. But I think it was just a scout. But the June magnolia brought one in, and we've got the feeders up, and we're ready for them to make their migration. All right, guys, we'll take a quick look up here, up into the willow tree. And one thing the rain has brought is the willows and stuff are starting to pop and get their leaves. That's always a good sign. This one's right off the porch here. We like to watch it blow in the breeze. But nice to see the willows. And let's see, there's an os tree there. And off in the distance, way back here in the corner, you can see the budding Tina's red bud back here in the corner beyond the garden. But we'll get back here and take a look around. But I wanted to show you that even some of the stubborn late bloomers, they're putting on their leaves now, and we're getting ready to green up real nice here for spring. So we'll just kind of take a short pan around. There's another big os tree there with some Bradfords in the background. All the Bradfords are leafed out. There's a June magnolia we just took a look at. And we got a regular magnolia over there in the distance. Just don't feel like home here in the south without a real southern magnolia. So we got one of them out here in front of the house too. But we'll take a look around. We'll see what's going on. See what we can find to get into. Here's another nice little project tree here. This is about an 8 foot tall, 9 foot tall maple Tina saved last year. We dug these out of a bank, transplanted them over here. But they're doing real good, getting their leaves on. They'll be ready to go this year. They was kind of touch and go last year, but they're looking good for this year, and they should be ready to go. They're right here off the end of the porch, so that'll give us some nice shade here on the end of the porch and let the birds come up to where we can see them, and just be a nice tree overall. All right, guys, probably not going to get too far off in the garden because it's still awful muddy, but I wanted to bring you out here and show you the cabbage you saw Tina planting the other day. She was sitting out here at the edge of the garden while we were running around, but they have survived the hail. I don't see any see a few leaves down, but I don't see any plants down. So looks like that'll turn into a nice big long row of cabbage. We will turn that into gallons and gallons of sauerkraut later on here in the season. We'll show you how we do that. We got a couple of big old German crocks we like to ferment them in, but looks like the cabbage made it through the storm. All right, we'll try to get a look down in each one. I think looked down through these just a second ago, and I think I seen green in each one of them. But you may have to look a little harder in some than others. But all the potatoes are up. Look like they're doing good. We'll get them up here a foot or so above the top of the buckets, and then we'll go ahead and top these buckets off. When we do, we'll probably add a little bit of bone meal to them, get some potassium and stuff down there to them, so they can start, you know, most root crops benefit from it. So we'll probably add a tablespoon or so of potassium to each one, and then we'll go ahead and top them off. But looks like the potato buckets are off and rolling, and we'll see how they do. All right, guys, we're over here at the close end of the raised bed garden where you guys saw Tina planting radishes the other day. She planted a couple of rows of radishes on each end of this bed. But she said to make sure while I was out here, she said while I was going out the door, she said make sure I check the middle of the bed because her spinach is coming up. and I can see it starting to find its way up through there. No doubt about that. But that'll be nice. We don't really grow spinach as a staple either. It's kind of a seasonal treat, a cool weather thing. We need to get it up and get it grown here while the weather's still nice and cool. Kind of like these radishes here. But we'll get these radishes and spinach up, and we'll get us a nice little treat out of them. Then we'll get something else planted in this bed to run through the summer. But thought we'd pop in here, give you a little update, tell you the spinach was up. We'll see what else we can find to get into. All right, guys, we're over here at the lettuce bed. But we got this planted up the other day. We got 6 heads of lettuce in here and 6 Brussels sprouts. But over here against the trellis is a cherry tomato, and it's a nice big healthy plant. It had to be. I'm a hard person to convince to pay $7 for a tomato plant. But we brought this one. It's actually about twice that tall. We buried it real deep. And if you look real close there in the leaves, you'll see it's starting to get some blooms on it. But that's a real healthy tomato plant. We cut a couple of shoots off of it. Tina's got those started in a pot in the basement under the lights. We have a small portable greenhouse we keep in the basement for starting a few things, but we tried to step up and meet the challenge of direct sowing a lot of our plants. So you'll see us doing more and more of that and less of working with the greenhouse. But some things you got to do. So we did buy the tomato plant though, for sure, and it's doing real well. But one of them ought to hold us through the year. Everything else in the bed is looking good. All right, you guys have seen these peas here. These were the original peas we planted. They're growing up on the hoops, and you saw before they were, they're starting to get up and get some height to them. But we'll swing around here to the other side, and these are the new ones. And I don't believe that you've seen them up this high. They kind of took off on a little growth spurt after the rain here. So, but the new peas are up too, so that brings us to 4 beds of peas. We should be enjoying those here before too long. All right, guys, here's another scene that Tina said to make sure we caught while we were out here. These are the beets that we planted the other day, and you saw we had them crammed in here pretty tight, but they have started coming up. Got a few weeds in there. We'll get those sorted out here as soon as the ground dries up enough we can sit and pull them, but won't be too long. But the beets are on their way up. I can see there is a bunch of them. It should be a decent crop this year, but wanted to stop by here since we saw that we planted them and show you that they're on their way. All right, we'll swing through here and take a look at the snacker onion bed real quick. I was going to get you some shots of the chickens, but guys, it has been raining for 2 days and the chickens are a muddy mess. I don't want to lie to you, but I don't want to show them to you either. So they're a muddy mess. They're happy, they're dirty, but we'll let them get dried up and cleaned up a little bit before we put them back on the air. So for now, you guys can just enjoy the snacker onion bed. It's doing well. We're looking forward to start pulling out of it as soon as they start to round out. We start pulling for green onions and chives and stuff right from the get-go. So doesn't matter that they're small. We'll be leaving enough of them to the end of the season to where plenty of them will get big. So we start using them as soon as they start growing. So we get over here, we'll take a look too. We got the brassica beds going. Got some broccoli going on there. Got 9 of them there. Got 4 cabbages and 2 Brussels sprouts there in the middle. And 2 cabbages and a Brussels sprout down here in the pot. So got that going on there. And got the mirror image of it going on over there. Same thing. 9, 4, and 2, 3 in the pot. So we're getting ready. Things are still kicking off, and we're looking forward to a good gardening season here. We'll go over here and talk a little bit about this corn patch. I had to drive it down the other day, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a second. All right, guys, we're over here at the sweet corn patch, and as you can see, the entire patch is covered in tractor tire tracks. So I have run over the entire surface of it, and I did that before the rain came. So what I did was I packed it down so that it was very much like our lawn. And the rains have come in. It rained really hard. This packed ground shed the water like a lawn does. If I'd have left this loose and tilled up, this would be nothing but a mud hole. But as it is, even with the rain that just ended yesterday, I could take the tractor out across this, till this up again if I wanted to. It's a little wet, so it would be awful clumpy if I tilled it right now. But I could drive on it with the tractor instead of it being a muddy mess and possibly sinking a tractor in the yard. But it's one of the reasons you'll see us, sometimes we pack the ground and sometimes we loosen it up, but we have our reasons for doing both. So we let this ground, we need the ground temperature to continue coming up. Still way too cool on the ground to plant corn with good germination right now, so we're going to go ahead and we'll just wait a little bit, let this ground warm up. Until then, we'll keep tilling it and knocking the weeds out of it. It should be a nice little patch when we get it done. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wind this on down. I know a lot of you guys, I've been getting a lot of questions. I know a lot of you guys are building raised beds or getting started in raised beds. We've had a lot of questions about how we fill our raised beds and the soil mix that we use. The best I can do really is point you to our gardening playlist. I'll put a link to it up here in the corner. If you go to that playlist, I moved our gardening soil video and our carrot soil video to the top of the playlist. That'll make them easier for you guys to find. But and if you would, share those videos around. It's a good, easy way. It's a way that people who don't have access to great big compost piles or you know, just a boatload of natural knowledge that the average gardener can swing by, find the things at the store, and have some success gardening. That's what we want you guys to do. Get out in the gardens and have fun. You know, get you some good soil mixed up, get you some plants growing, have some success, and then expand and learn. Kill a few plants. We always make the joke, you can't be a gardener until you've killed more plants than you've grown. But get out there and first have you some success, and then go and expand out, kill a few plants, you know, learn a little bit, experiment, plant multiple varieties, see what does best in your area. Find a seed company that you can work with, you know, talk to them, see what grows good in your area. Get to know the people at your co-op. There's lots of things you can do to have success in the garden. I know gardening for a long time, it was kind of a dying art. We've really enjoyed it over the years, but we also watched a lot of people get away from it. Now we're seeing a lot of people coming back to it. But one thing is it's real easy to get frustrated and give up or say, I can't do this or I can't do that. And that's just wrong. You guys, if Tina and I can get out here and do it, you guys can get out and do it too. And if you have any questions or you have any doubts, then you just let us know and we'll let you know how you can do it. We'll find a way, and we'll try to get you some good answers, information that you can rely on so that you can go out and enjoy your gardens. That's what we want. We want to hear your success stories. We want to hear what you've grown. We know that we can grow the things we grow here. We've grown them year after year. We've had success year after year. We've faced challenges and still filled the shelves. We just keep after it. If something doesn't work, I will take that rototiller, turn it into the ground, and plant something else, because we eat what we grow here, and I don't have any choice. I have got to fill the shelves by the end of the year, and that's all there is to it. So if something's not working for me, I'll plow it under and plant something else. If I only got a short time left in the season, I'll plant a short time crop, and that'll change a little bit of how we eat through the year, but the idea is to fill those shelves before the year's out, and that's what we're gonna do. So if that's your goal and we can help you in any way with that, please let us know. Leave it down in the comments. Find us on Facebook, send us a message over there, send us an email, however you need to get the answers so that you can go out and enjoy your garden. That's what we would wish for you. So we hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe, and if you ring the bell down there next to the subscribe button, that'll send you a notification whenever we release a new video. It's a great way to keep up with the channel. But we appreciate you guys coming by. Please give the video a thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below. Say hello. Tell us your favorite color. Any your question or your comments, and especially your questions, but your comments and stuff, and your thumbs up tell YouTube to show our videos to more people. And that's how, as a YouTube creator, we get our videos out there to the public. So you can help us in that way by just doing simple things. Hit the thumbs up, leave us a comment, tell us the sky's blue where you are too, and tell us if you made it through the rainstorms or if you had any damages. Tell us your story. We'll probably respond and tell you a little bit of ours. So we try to get to all of our comments when we can. It might take us a day or so, but we got a pretty good track record of answering folks. So like I said, if you would, leave us a thumbs up and a comment, subscribe if you enjoy the channel. We really appreciate you guys coming by. We'll catch you in the next one.